So 3 years ago, our troop committee was looking ahead, and we realized that 2016 was going to be a very big year for the troop because a lot of our long-term, very experienced adult leaders were going to have their boys graduating and moving out. So we had a real challenge. We had to go out and recruit people to fill these positions, and we did it. We found the people, we trained them, we recruited, we got them up to speed, and now we're enjoying a very smooth transition as we go forward. So what we want to do tonight is recognize some of these adults who are leaving us. They're not leaving us. No one actually leaves this group. You can step down, but you can't leave. And that's the way it works. So we're going to go youngest to oldest. So we're going to start with Mrs. Abel. Come on up here, Mrs. Abel.
I'm youngest. Oh.
Nobody's allowed to leave.
So about 10 years ago, Mrs. Abel was running our flowers fundraiser. I think you did it like twice, a couple times. The whole time she was doing it, though, she kind of had her eye on camping. I think she would always kind of see what was going on there. We were actually kind of struggling. We didn't really have real solid leadership there, so when the opportunity came along, Mrs. Abel stepped right into that position, and we've never looked back. She's sent us all over on campouts, whether it be the local ones here in Minnesota and Wisconsin. She sent us all over the country to Sea Base and Northern Tier and Philmont and all those kinds of great places. So we really appreciated that. But I think what she's going to be remembered most for is Tomahawk. Not only because it's our biggest campout of the year, but, well, let me ask a question. How many people in this room have eaten food at Tomahawk out of the muck truck?
Wait, I've eaten at home.
No, I'm talking the muck truck. No, you didn't.
What's the muck truck?
So, you guys ever notice when we're all sitting in our campsite eating our delicious food and that big green panel truck goes barreling down the road?
And then we all say, hi.
We all say, or we say muck truck. Well, that truck is delivering food to the less fortunate campers at Sue Abel. So, Mary Sue, how would you describe the food out of the muck truck?
I never had to witness it, so my first year there was when I cooked. So.
You're lucky it's cooked.
Well, yeah, it was usually either undercooked. We had frozen fish sticks before, and
Still frozen.
Crunchy rice. Still frozen fish sticks. We had. We were missing meals. We all ate. I think I don't know what was it, hush puppies or something for our main meal, which was supposed to be the side dish one time. So.
And there was never enough.
Never enough.
So anyway, Mrs. Abel decided that in typical Troop 494 fashion, we could do a lot better than this. So she's the one that started us on this tradition of cooking our own meals. And she arranged the menu, she arranged the very enthusiastic cook crew that set up their little kitchen and took care of us. And the fact that very few boys here, I don't really think any boys, should have raised their hand, because I don't think there's been any boys that have eaten out of the muck truck, because it's been 7 years since we've been doing this. So it's a great tradition. I just love it at meals. We do grace. And right after grace, what does everybody say?
God bless you.
And what do the cooks say?
Nothing.
There we go. All right, so it's one of our great traditions. So, to thank Mrs. Abel for all her years of sending us out on all these great campouts all over the country, we have a little gift for you.
Oh, awesome. That's really cool. All the different patches from the different campos. Cool. Thank you.
The next person we want to recognize is Mr. Rausch. Rick has also been a part of the troop for over 10 years, and I know that because he and I started together about 11 years ago. And And we went, for many years, we went on every weekend camp out together. And I even remember one camp where we were the only 2 adult leaders on the camp out. So we did a lot of camping together. We still talk about the time we pulled into the campsite, and we had to go in and pay for the campsite for the weekend. And we asked, where do you go to pay? And they said, well, you just go in the bar. So we're standing there in our class days.
going on this weekend.
Yeah, okay. So we're standing there in our class days, and we look at each other, and we shrug, and 2 Boy Scouts walk into a bar. So we've done a lot of camping together, and I've gotten to see Rick work with the boys, and I got to tell you, it's been fun to watch, because Rick is a real good influence on the boys. When we open the trailers up, he's in charge. He would tell people what to do, and he's loud, and he's very clear, and the boys listen, and they do what they're told, and I think they take away that when there's work to be done, there's no fooling around. You got to get your work done. And he also is very good at teaching them to be independent and do what they need to do, and he'll help anybody who needs help, but I've never seen him baby anybody. He's going to make them do things on their own. And he has great outdoor skills. He's been on a lot of high adventure camps. You've got Triple Crown at least once, right? Twice?
Twice to Northern Tier. This will be the 3rd time to Philmont next year, and once to Sea Days.
So Rick was our quartermaster for many years. He's been an assistant scout master this whole time. And he's been a great role model for the boys. And as proof of that, I would direct you to look at his uniform. How many mentor pins do you have, Rick?
9.
9 mentor pins. So if you've never been to an Eagle Scout Court of Honor, first of all, you should go to one. And secondly, you would know that the boy who makes Eagle gets to give a pin to someone who has helped him, who has had a big influence on him making it to Eagle Scout. So he's got 9 boys that have said he was a big influence on them. In the last 10 years, we've had 36 Eagle Scouts. So that means 25% of the boys have felt he's been a strong influence on them reaching Eagle. So that's pretty impressive. So Rick, I want to thank you for all your years working with the boys, and you're not going anywhere either, just so it's clear.
I'm going to Duluth.
So since you don't have your glasses, would you like me to read it for you? I'll read it anyway.
Okay, read it. Go ahead and read it.
It says, Rick Rausch, Quartermaster, Assistant Scoutmaster, High Adventure Leader, Role Model. There you go. Another person who's stepping down but not leaving now is somebody who's been around a long time, and I can say that because I went to college with him, Mr. Rowe. So Mr. Rowe joined the troop, what, 20 years ago?
Oh, haven't been.
He's only 25.
17, 18.
Okay, not quite 20.
I met him at the
It's
door.
And he was, most of you boys don't know this, but he was our scoutmaster about, what, 100 years ago? After serving as scoutmaster, he took over the Road to First Class program. You didn't invent it, did you? You just
I have a lot of help.
had a lot of help. But, yeah, he's kind of owned that program for a long time now. He specializes in keeping the first-year boys busy at camp. Second-year boys, can you attest to that? Did you keep busy?
Yes.
Well, any of you. Keep busy. I can attest to it. While he was still scoutmaster, I said I would volunteer to be the adult who took care of the first years. I thought, well, how hard can this be? I'll go with them to their meetings during the day, and I'll sit in the shade, and then I get back to camp, and I'll pull out my lawn chair, and I'll sit in the shade. Well, it didn't work that way. As soon as I got back to camp and found the shade in my chair, he immediately ran over to me and said, what are you doing? Come on, get him doing this, get him doing this. So I can attest, he keeps you guys busy. He also served as our troop treasurer for 10 full years and really helped us upgrade the position as we got more and more involved. And we got a web store, and we started doing all kinds of things, so that's all been great. He's been the go-to counselor for personal management merit badge for a long time. And you've been to Tomahawk how many years straight now?
There was 1 year I missed, so 17 of the last 18.
So been going for a long time. And one of our service projects, he has a service project for us. He said someday we're going to have to put in a railing that goes up to the latrine because he plans to still be going to Tomahawk when he's 80.
You need a ramp for the wheelchair.
We built that ramp that's there. It's been broken down, but fix that.
So again, for all your years of working with the boys, Kim, I have something for you. He also doesn't have his glasses on.
Ken Rausch, Scoutmaster, Treasurer, Rowe to First Class, Eagle Scout, Troop 494, 2016.
All right, well, we actually have one more award because we do actually have another committee individual that's retiring. Well, moving on from his position that he was currently in, and that's Roger. And Roger has been the committee chair for the troop for the last 10 years. 10 years as of the end of May, he made that quite clear when he asked me to take this job over. He said, no, end of May, I'm out of here. I tried to keep him on, but he said, no.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
So, just a quick story. Roger, when he offered this up, he said, hey, I got a great opportunity. This is really easy. He said, we have a great bunch of adult leaders. They do everything. Now, scouts are not supposed to tell fibs, but you would be amazed at how much stuff Roger does behind the scenes that you probably never know. And I think that goes with all of our leaders. But in the last year since I started helping out, there's just a lot of stuff behind the scenes that keep this troop running. Roger's done a great job with a lot of our other leaders of documenting it. So again, as he's moving on to other opportunities with the troop and also with the district and helping other troops, he's left us in good hands. So personally, I would like to say thank you to Roger and just give him a round of applause. So thank
you. Commemorate your time here at Troop 194.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
All right.